hope I'm not blurry again. I've filmed this intro 3 times now and I've been blurry every time. I'm not sure if it's because I'm so pale and then everything else is so dark. Regardless, I'm going to use one of the blurred versions because I just said everything I want to say. So yeah, let's get into the video.
Is it on? Is it on, honey? Is this thing recorded? What's up, YouTube land, Twitter land, Instagram land, Snapchat, Ride Discuss, BTC, Chat, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single one of my bitches. Christian Mingle, and the lands all across the land. This is your girl, TS Madison, and I'm coming to you loud, and in color from the marvelous chateau.
Hi guys, so I am back with another video in the series of trans icons. This time we have the one, the only TS Madison. You may know Madison from her acting roles, her partnership with Kaya back in the day. You may know Madison from her online series with Wow Presents. You may know TS Madison from Vine back in the day. She's probably the most memed trans person, I'd have to say. That video of her laughing. Oh.
They reading. Who they reading?
Oh, God, please help me, God. I see all over Twitter. And then that, I feel like a Puerto Rican.
Felt like a Spanish, like a Puerto Rican in this hair. I felt Puerto Rican. Y'all know I loves me some Puerto Rican. I felt Puerto Rican in this. Rican. Whoa. Beady, 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 bum, bum.
Selena wasn't Puerto Rican, bro.
Selena wasn't Puerto Rican?
No.
She was Mexican.
Yeah, brother.
Beady, 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 bum, bum. Beady, beady, bum, bum. But the girl that played her Puerto Rican.
That's not the point, though.
J-Lo, she
That's
Puerto
not
Rican.
the point, though. She's playing the real person. The real person. The real person. The real artist that she's playing is not Puerto Rican.
Well, J-Lo ain't Motown either, but she was...
Kills me to this day, and I still see TikToks with that sound used and everything. It's just so funny. I love T.S. Madison. She is so creative in her endeavors. This hair is inspired by the laughing video, but also inspired by this here. This eye is inspired by her appearance on RuPaul's Drag Race, where she did the blue hair and the blue eye. Or, I'm sorry, the blue hair and the blue dress. Totally gorgeous. I just really appreciate everything she's doing. I think one of the big reasons I really like TS is that she's willing to grow and learn, and she's willing to, you know, progress with the community. So yeah, I just really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is not hair that I would normally wear, but I wanted to pay homage to TS Madison. This is just straightened with straight bangs. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. It means more to me than I could ever put into words. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye! Alrighty, so as always, we're starting it with the Louise Base in white. I'm going to go ahead and do the crease work on this, but then after I wipe it off and I put on a different Louise Base for the cut crease. The colors I'm using for this, the light blue in the crease is Brain Freeze in the Jawbreaker palette. And then in the Beautylish Age of Opulence palette is Lavish on the very outer corner. It's like a dark kind of electric blue. And then for the green, I'll be using Chameleon Fetish from the Blood Money palette. And for the color under, I'm using Chameleon Fetish and Gola from the Warrior 3 eyeshadow palette. So those are the shadows I'm using. The base that I'm using for the cut crease that I go in was actually separated, so it caused me a little bit of trouble. It was the P. Louise Green with Envy eye base. So what I did was I cut the crease and then I was putting that base on, and you can see in one of the videos that it doesn't really go on as nicely as it should. So I layered it a bit and then I threw some shadow on, and where the shadow was, or I'm sorry, where the separation was, started to flake a bit. So what I did was I just dusted off the shadow on that because it was like thicker almost, which is gross, and it was kind of see-through, the shadow, because the parts that had separated were kind of flaky. So then I just went ahead and went back over it with the Blood Money Chameleon Fetish color, and it covered the flakiness right up, so that was awesome. The light color that I'm using here is from the Jawbreaker palette. It is the top right color, just like the top left color, just the lightest color in there. I think it's called Virgin. So if I take the blue up too high, I just use that Virgin color over my brow bone just to kind of blend down the blue a bit, just like I'm doing here. I find it helps with blending and find it helps with kind of neutralizing it if it gets too high. So here I am taking off the color on my lid, and that's just with a Kirkland makeup wipe from Costco. And of course doing the other side as well too. And after this is when you see the separation in that P. Louise base. I've never really had that happen before, but I just had to squeeze it out until the consistency was normal. So that it wasn't too hard to combat. I should have combated it right away. But so as you can see, it's very thin, very patchy. That's because it's separated. So in that area is where it starts to, that is when I've squeezed it out and it's like the proper consistency. So you can definitely see the difference. And where it was separated, it flakes a bit. So that's why I just have to go back in and retouch up the green a bit later. You'll be able to see me dusting away the flakiness. But it's much better when it's just, it's just working normal. I go ahead and I layered it twice because I wanted it to be more opaque. I love the P. Louise bases, so I know that that's not the problem. I've used this one before. It's just because I have so much makeup and I don't use it all the time, so it starts to kind of separate and stuff, which obviously isn't good. So then we're using the Chameleon Fetish color from the Blood Money palette, and I decided using my finger was the best, and using the lighter color from the Jawbreaker palette, Virgin, just to give some brightness on the inner corner. And then I actually go over top of it with Chameleon to give it a lighter green color. So I've gone ahead and I'm just finessing that green color. I wouldn't have had to if I just didn't use the separated part, but I wasn't sure where it would lead me if I didn't use the separated part, because I was thinking, what if it's all separated? But anyway, regardless, then I'm taking some of that blue color from the Jawbreaker palette, that Brain Freeze color, and I'm just going to be blending the green, blending the blue into the green to give more of a seamless transitional color. So you can see that there. You can really see how it would have turned out perfectly had I not used the separated part. On the eye that I'm working on right now, there was no separation of the base. So everything is staying on perfectly. There's no patchiness. The blending is super easy. It's just significantly more effortless than the one that has a separation on it. So here is where you can actually see me flaking away the separated base, and you can really see that patchiness come through. But once the base was fixed and the separation was flaked away, I just placed some of the Chameleon Fetish color from the Blood Money palette with my finger over top of it. See, and you can see none of it falls off there because there's no separation. So then I just took my finger with Chameleon Fetish, put it over top, and it was fine because there was none of that extra product or extra separation for the base. So yeah, just going ahead and blending those two colors. It's just a lot of blending. I don't normally like cut creases on myself. I like something more blended, but I liked this for sure because I didn't do it like a super stark cut crease. But anyway, yeah. So I'm using the Made by Mitchell, the black eyeliner. I think it's called Graph Ink. And yes, it's called Graph Ink, and it's black milk. So I'm using that. I really enjoy this eyeliner, but as always, when I'm doing my eyeliner, the inner corner did bleed a bit, but that's no problem. You just wipe it down and move on. So I'm just fixing up some of the fallout there because I'm going to go ahead and do my base soon. Don't ask me why I decided to do my lashes before my base. I always do my base first just so that my lashes don't get like a powdery look. So don't ask me why I decided to do this, but I did. But I just went ahead and applied some lashes. Those are custom. And then went ahead with the base. And I'm just speeding this up just because it's a bit less detail. We have the Catrice Prime and Fine, and then we have the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. And then for foundation, I'm using the Kimchi Chic Beauty, a really good foundation. And the white concealer I'm using is the Kimchi The Most Concealer. All these names, I feel like they're so wordy. So yeah, and then I go ahead. I did actually forget my cream bronzer. So I just went ahead and did powder bronzer with the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze and the Studio Fix powder in NW40, I believe. Just going ahead and moving that foundation all over and then blending it out with the Beauty Blender. I used to move it with a spoon so that none of the product was, this was ages ago, like ages and ages and ages ago, so that none of the product was sucked into a brush or sponge. I think I might start doing that again, I'm not sure. And then just blending it out with the Beauty Blender. So that's the Kimchi The Most Concealer. As always, I do love the bright highlights. The matte highlights, I should say, because there's different kinds of highlight, of course. So I have that on my forehead, my chin, under my eyes. And for powder, as always, the MAC Studio Fix powder. I do want to try the One Size powder. I heard that's really good, but I have so many MAC Studio Fixes from when I worked as a makeup artist still in my collection, so I'm just using them. I mean, I don't throw out my makeup if it expires because when you have a collection, it's almost impossible to use it all. But yeah, I'm just going ahead and powdering. For the loose powder, I use Juvia's Place I Am Magic. And under my eyes, I used the Shivering White MAC Studio Fix powder. With that brush there, just for an even further, brighter under eye. Now I'm using the Juvia's Place setting powder, the I Am Magic setting powder. And then I'm going in and bronzing with the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze in Tan-tastic. I was not feeling how light it was. It was just like not giving me that oomph I wanted because I forgot my cream bronzer. So I went ahead and used the NW40 for a little bit more bronze kind of in place of my cream bronzer, because I like to really darken my cream bronzer and then put over top of it my face powder. I find that gives a really nice look. But of course I forgot it, so I couldn't do that. Then for blush, I'm using the Physicians Formula Muru Butter Glow Face Palette, the center color. So yeah, I'm doing that. And then for highlight, I use, as always, Colourpop Flexetarian highlighter. On top of it, I use the Danessa Myricks Enlight Halo in Ice. Not before spraying the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Under the lashes, I used the Gola color from the Juvia's Place Warrior 3. I just wanted something different. It was honestly the same as pretty much the Brain Freeze color, though, from Jawbreaker, so it's whatever. So I'm just applying that highlighter all over. For the lip liner, I use MAC's Stripdown Lipliner, but any dark brown will do. And then I use the NYX Lip Lingerie in Liply, or color 11. I'm not sure what the name is, but the name will be below. It's Liply 11. That's what it says on it. So, yeah. And then I went ahead and applied some bottom lashes. This is the Benefit They're Real Magnetic Mascara, which I've really fallen in love with, as well as the Made by Mitchell Blacktrack All Smudge No Budge Creamy Liner. And then I just put on some individual lashes on the bottom, just because that's what TS had, some kind of spiky lashes on the bottom, and I really loved how it looked. They were just like cheapies from eBay, honestly. You can get like bottom lash sets from eBay and just cut them. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. It truly means more to me than I can ever describe that you've watched it. So thank you so much and have a great day. Bye!